Howdy folks, this is my small collection of Demerara rums. Today we're going to talk about Holmes Cay Guyana Rum. Howdy folks, this is my small collection of Demerara rums from Guyana. Today we're going to do a little comparison. Holmes Cay 2005 and Pussers 15 year. So I bought this bottle of Holmes Cay Guyana a little while back when I got those Velier, the Hamden and the Privateer. You might remember that video. I'm getting around now to doing a review of this one. Holmes Cay is a bottler. They bottle single casks or blends of casks probably. Of various different distilleries around the world. This one was distilled in 2005 and it's from Guyana. If you're like me, your geography isn't very good. I had to look this up, but Guyana is on the north part of South America, sort of up near Brazil to the east of Brazil. It's on the sort of north coast, so in the bottom part of the Caribbean, very hot. It's got a very interesting sort of history in terms of rum and colonialism and all sorts of things. I read an article about it on the Cocktail Wonk website. I'll leave a link down below. It's a really interesting history, but I'm not a historian and I can't get into all of that today. But I'm going to leave a link because if you're interested in rum or stills or different parts of the world, you should check it out because it's a really good article. Now, a few interesting tidbits from that article. They're from Guyana. There's a river there called the Demerara River, where they grow a lot of sugar cane. You may have heard of Demerara sugar, that comes from there, and these rums from there are typically called Demerara rums. There used to be a lot of distilleries there, 40 plus distilleries in Guyana, but as happens in a lot of other places, they've all been sort of consolidated into a single distillery called Demerara Distilleries Limited. That's the company. So one interesting thing I read is that when they consolidated these distilleries in the 60s, there were 8, and they consolidated them down into 1 eventually. But they had actually brought the stills from the other distilleries and sort of conglomerated them all into one distillery called the Diamond Distillery. And there's a sort of very famous still that is there. It's been there for 300 years. It's called the Port Mormont still. And this Holmes Cay bottle is exclusively from the Port Mormont still. Now, the interesting thing about this still is that it's made of wood, which is to say they have a big sort of vat that is made of wood. It's made from a special wood that grows down there called greenheart, which is very, I guess, rot resistant, hard to work with, thick, hard wood. And they were able to make this still out of it, and it's survived for 300 years. So it'll be a big wooden sort of vat made of wood with like a copper, a copper arm on it for the condensing arm. And then it's also interesting because it's a double system. So they have 2 pots. The first pot sort of condenses down into the second pot, and the whole thing happens again, which I guess is sort of a unique design. There's double pot stills that happen in Jamaica, but they're not wood, and they have a different system somehow. I'm not going to get too technical about distilling because I don't really understand it, but suffice it to say, it's a very interesting article that you should read, and that it's a very unique still and a very unique process that's making this rum. Now, the main rum that I had heard of before from Demerara was El Dorado. Now that's the rum that is produced by the distillery. That they about 40% of their rum goes into El Dorado products. For some reason, I can't get El Dorado here in state. It shows up sometimes and then it sells out, and it'll be years before it comes back again. It's been a while. I was hoping to get some to compare for this video, but I can't seem to get it. But the distillery also sells a lot of its rum to other people to bottle their brands. So one example is Lemon Heart. This Lemon Heart is 151 proof, 75.5% alcohol. Very high proof rum. I'm not going to taste any of this today because I don't want to blow out my taste buds, but yeah, this is amazing stuff. It's really good for tiki drinks. If you're into tiki at all, it's sort of a must-have. For some reason, I have 2 bottles that are both almost empty. There was like some scare a while back, years ago, that we weren't going to be able to get Lemon Heart anymore, so I went and bought a backup bottle. And then they also changed the design of the bottles. Anyways, whatever. The other big brand that uses Guyana rum is Pussers. Pussers is it's basically like a British Navy rum. The British Navy would famously give all the sailors a dose of rum every day, a tot of rum every day, and they had a certain blend that they used that supposedly Pussers is replicating. Now, a lot of that came from Guyana because of colonialism and whatever. And what I read was that this Pussers is mostly Guyana and some from Trinidad. It says product of Guyana on the label, so it must be mostly from Guyana, but it won't be all from the Port Mormont still. Now, the bottle says it is heavily influenced by the Port Mormont still, but it's going to be a blend of different stills from Guyana. The other thing to know about Pussers is that it's pretty likely to have some sugar added. I don't know that for certain, but I'm pretty sure that El Dorado does. It's pretty sweet, as I recall. So this won't be a perfect comparison, but the 15-year Pussers, this Holmes Cay is also 15 years, I believe, distilled in 2005. So, fascinating. Let's give it a try. The Holmes Cay is 56.4%. That's 112.8 proof. So that's very high. I'm going to probably put a little water in it. But the Pussers here is only 80 proof, so we'll start with that one. Now, I'm tasting this for the first time. I haven't actually had Pussers before, but I've heard good things about it. It's got a really nice bottle. It's a really thick bottom. Hefty. I like it. Nice cap. So far, so good. For the Holmes Cay, too. The first thing to note about these is the color difference. This is the Pussers. It's very dark, kind of reddish color, whereas the Holmes Cay is very sort of light straw. Now, the thing to explain that is that the Pussers is probably aged in the tropics, or more in the tropics. You really can't age rum for 15 years completely in the tropics because it'll all evaporate. But it was probably partially aged in the tropics, whereas the Holmes Cay, it says on the bottle that it was aged in ex-bourbon and rum casks in the UK, so a much milder climate. You're going to get a lot less effect of the wood and therefore a lot less color. We also don't know if the Pussers has been colored at all with like caramel color or something. Also a possibility. But let's try this. Pussers. I get like a caramel, molasses. A lot of sort of almost like a spicy kind of apricot. It doesn't smell like a ton. I don't get a ton of specific smells. It's like a Christmas spice, kind of like a spicy fruitcake, kind of like a apricot, maybe like some kind of stone fruit. It's kind of a soft mouthfeel. It's kind of oily a little bit. It doesn't have a long lingering finish, but it's really nice. Actually, I really like it. This would be a good sipper, and I bet this would make an excellent cocktail. I mean, you know me, I'll put anything in a cocktail. It's not like super duper complex, but it is like very easy to drink and delicious. Yeah, caramel, molasses, caramel. I keep saying caramel, but it's very caramely. And like a lightly fruity, not like an overpowering fruitiness, but like a more of a subtle fruit. I like it. This is my first taste, so I'll probably come back to this in the next, weeks and days and try it again. But Pussers, so far so good. Now let's compare that to the Holmes Cay. Obviously, this is going to be different. It's much higher proof, just from one single still, not blended at all, aged in a different place. So, it's different. It's really high proof, but doesn't overpower you when you smell it. Sometimes when you get a high proof alcohol, it just blows out your nose, but not this. I get more of that apricot kind of but on the nose. This has got a more interesting aroma. It's it's almost like a wheat, like a graininess, like grains. This is really. It's always my palate. I'm always a little apologetic about my palate because I don't know that I'm telling you anything interesting, but it's like a butterscotchy, caramely apricot, less dramatic than this, less dark than the Pussers. If that makes sense. Yeah, it's got like I said vanilla, but like a candied fruit. Let's give it a try. You do get more of that apricot, a little more of a lingering finish, but not as lingering as, let's say, like one of the Jamaicans, like that Hamden I had earlier. And also, it's not really burning at all. You don't get a lot of alcohol burn despite it being such high proof. Now, I've also made old fashions with this for Auntie Susan. They come out great. So I know it mixes well. Like a little bit of like a banana. It's like an interesting fruitiness that I can't quite pin down what fruit it is. Or like a cake, like a fruit cake, or I said that. I think I said fruit cake, but like a pineapple upside down cake, like a banana cream pie, something like that. Yeah, that cream pie lingers a little bit. It's not quite as oily as the Pussers. It's got a little thinner mouthfeel. Gosh, it's really good. Well, that was an interesting comparison. They're somewhat similar in a weird way, but they're not actually similar. They look a lot different. They have a different mouthfeel. The Pussers is a lot sort of richer. It's got more of a molassesy, dark sugar kind of feel, whereas the Holmes Cay has got much lighter, sort of butterscotchy, light fruitiness to it. Both excellent. I'm going to enjoy this Pussers, I think, a lot, and the Holmes Cay will probably save for more special occasions. Hopefully that's interesting. This was, this is a pretty expensive bottle, and there's a lot more of it left, so I probably won't buy any more super expensive rum bottles in the next little while, so this will probably be the last rum review for a little while, unless I pick up something else interesting that isn't quite as expensive. But in the meantime, why don't you go ahead and like and subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you next time.